I'll show you how it's done. Shazam!
Hi everybody, welcome back to Nerd here with another movie review for you today. We just saw The Creator, just got home from the theater.
Just saw this like 40 minutes ago.
Yeah, 40 minutes ago. From the director of Rogue One and Godzilla.
Definitely. I mean, I like Rogue One a lot more than Godzilla, but this movie's definitely better than both those movies.
Yeah, this is easily the best of those three, by far. Overall, I think it's a good movie. I really like it's just an inspired movie. Like anyone who's seen a lot of sci-fi movies, you'll see a lot of that in this movie. And one movie I think it's very interesting to compare it to is Starship Troopers, because they're both like movies where humans aren't portrayed as the bad guys in the very beginning, but the more you really look deep down, the humans are clearly the bad guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
because they even clear up like the whole incident with the nuke that took like a lot of people out, like millions, I think, right?
Yeah.
And it turns out that it was kind of like the humans kind of fucked that up. It wasn't really them. It was an error.
Yeah, well, according to Ken Watanabe.
Yeah, according to Ken Watanabe. I don't think he's lying. I think he told.
He's probably telling the truth, but who knows? But going back to what I was saying, like another big comparison between this and Starship Troopers is that they're both very much movies about dehumanization, about how militant attitudes can lead to people just treating others like they're lesser.
Yeah.
And again, they use and they both use propaganda for this, to certain effects. With, of course, the other movie using bugs, and this one using AI, and this also has, of course, parallels to District 9, which is about fucking subjugation against aliens, and a whole bunch of other sci-fi movies. There's tons and tons of comparisons.
What movie with the bugs are you referring to?
Starship Troopers, the movie I referred to
I
earlier.
thought it was space movies. When you said bugs, it kind of threw me off.
Well, it is a space movie, yeah. It's a space movie about fighting giant bugs, but the humans are totally fascistic about, and the bugs really aren't that bad if you really pay attention to it.
Okay, it sounds more like this movie then.
Yeah, that's why I made the comparison.
The only movie that I compare it to, because all the sci-fi movies are the movies that he hasn't seen. The sci-fi movies that I know that I watched is I think movies you haven't seen because you haven't seen The Martian.
No, I have not seen The Martian.
So the only sci-fi movies that I have are movies that he hasn't really seen.
Well, also Blade Runner.
That's the only movie that we both seen that we say it's alike. And only for one real aspect, which is the kid aspect. The kid aspect. I mean, no, not really, because the artificial thing. The artificial humans. Actually, no, it's a lot like it's
artificial humans, and even then, the city in that movie.
In the world, yes. Yeah. And the not so distant future thing. So yes, me personally, when I was watching this movie, I really got. Maybe because it was the appearance of Ken Watanabe, but this movie really definitely gave me The Last Samurai vibes. The Last Samurai vibes mixed with a sci-fi movie. Mm-hmm. Maybe like a Blade Runner. Blade Runner meets The Last Samurai.
the last replicant.
Because this guy was from the other side. Denzel's son Joshua, he was John David Washington's character was from the other side, and he didn't even care for robots. He was saying the same thing. These guys they're not real. They're just programming. For the very end, for him to be crying about one, and some guy that he works with says, "Relax, dude. It's just a fucking." You know what I mean? It's just
a program.
It's not real. So it kind of came back full circle, which already gave me the vibe of Blade Runner and.
Last Samurai,
because it's about also. It's not just about that. It's more sort of about he gets accepted into this society.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Eventually,
and he eventually and fighting for this side when he was on the opposite side from the beginning.
Well, yeah, I mean that's a common Hollywood trope. We see in a whole bunch of movies. Like we saw it in Avatar. We saw it in
that too. Yeah.
We also saw it in. I'm blanking at the name, but that Kevin Costner movie,
Dance with Wolves.
Yeah, Dance with Wolves.
Yeah, that's inspiration for a lot. I could say it's like Dance with Wolves. I could say it's like Last Samurai. I could say it's like the other movie that you mentioned. It's kind of like all those movies.
As I said, it's a very inspired movie.
Yeah.
Not that that's a bad thing or anything. It's very creative to be able to take all these old aspects and kind of forge a new story out of it.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm just not cool when they copy and paste a movie plot. I love this movie. This movie was great. This movie, especially the first hour and a half. First hour and a half, this was excellent.
Oh yeah, I was full on board for that hour and a half.
I was fully immersed. It had me emotionally. The plot was very interesting. It was going in a very good direction. I saw the progression there. The plot was clear, concise. I felt I felt the needs and wants of these characters, and I wanted these characters to achieve those needs and wants. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that's what more can really ask about a movie. That's how you flow with the characters. You want to flow with characters in a movie. You want to live vicariously through these characters in a movie, and you want them to see, and you want to live, and you want to watch vicariously through them as they achieve these goals, and while they're going on their journey. We want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? And this movie definitely had that. You know what I mean? And and what else? Yeah, it just like from first off, from like the visuals was stunning, the color palette kind of reminds you of Arrival. It had some good twists and turns. The kid actor was really good. The one that played Alfie, she was. At first, I thought she was gonna be like one of those actors that she's just like a plot device to be there, and she doesn't say much, but
she really held her own.
Yeah, but eventually though, she got to the point when she finally started speaking. She held her own, and she actually had me feeling emotions for her. I felt sad watching her cry or shit like that. Like, she was convincing, and I'm like, you don't really get those kind of performances from child actors.
Nah,
so I was really impressed. She was really good.
Yeah, but that last act itself, it just felt totally disconnected from the rest of the movie.
That's where me and him had different ideas on how it went, but my thing was more towards like the emotion aspect. I felt it kind of got Disney a little bit, little too hopeful.
Yeah,
where they should have went a little more brutal with it. Because at one moment in like nearing that final act, we thought she was gonna bite the dust. You know what I mean? And maybe this could be like cautionary, or maybe it could be hope for somebody else to. You know what I mean? Maybe they start something that ends with like their victory down the line. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But no, you know what I mean? They end up doing exactly what they wanted to do, which is destroy that Armada, which is kind of like, dude, I mean, like...
Yeah, he destroys the Nomad.
Yeah, I mean, the Nomad and Armada. Sorry.
I mean, technically he does that too.
yeah. Well, she was already kind of dead, but anyways. Like, they achieve exactly what they want, and it's like, I mean, like... I don't think in a movie like this with this tone, it should have been a little more of a darker, more melancholic, like what you say.
Yeah.
Kind of like that, kind of like bittersweet kind of vibe. And I like those kind of endings because those endings are realistic. I'm tired of I think we're beyond the Hollywood types of approach where the main character gets everything that they want. Life doesn't work like that. You don't get everything you want. But the overall goal and the overall point of the movie, if that comes through at the end, maybe a lesson learned. Or maybe like, okay, there's hope for the future, but these characters couldn't get what they want. I think there's a beauty in those kind of endings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I felt the way this movie was going, it should have ended there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect it to be that hopeful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, the main character did bite the dust. Spoiler alert, of course.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? That was as expected. I'm cool with that. But that's something that also has been done too. Like, but fair enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it wasn't all complete happiness.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it does. Like, it wasn't executed bad. It's just that I don't know. It didn't deliver on what the rest of the movie was building up to. But overall, this movie's definitely worth it. Definitely go see this. It's a very good sci-fi movie. Yeah. It's been a while since we saw a good sci-fi movie.
Rotten Tomatoes is doing this movie no good favors.
Yeah, 68 is like really fucking low.
Yeah.
This movie easily deserves a 92. That's how I'm feeling about it. This movie is good.
Personally, I'm going to give it a straight 90. Yeah. Solid movie, definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, really good. And that first hour and a half was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, majority was excellent. It was like maybe the last 20 minutes is when it kind of like, the tone kind of like, okay, they're going this way? All right, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I get it. I honestly thought of like better ideas on how to do it. I figured it'd been a more sacrificial, a little more dark, a little more melancholic, a little more not really morose, but a little more bittersweet. Like, that's what I thought. Like, you know what I mean? Like Children of Men, like when he able to get the child to safety and she can grow up and, grow up powers. And that would have maybe led to like maybe a sequel happening, whatever else. It could set up a sequel where, you know what I mean? Like, kind of like a John Connor in the future kind of thing, Mm-hmm. Like she's gonna become the prophesized savior down the line, not destroyed immediately. But fair enough, the Nomad isn't like the end all be all. That's just it's equivalent to joining the Death Star. After Luke destroyed the Death Star, did that really stop the Empire? Not really. You know what I mean? But it's definitely a turning point in the war. So it's still enough. Actually, they did set up a sequel anyways. So even if she destroyed the Nomad, it kind of got the attention, but the war's still going on. So I could definitely see them like expanding and going further and expand this story. And this definitely is a big enough world where I can see them making more stuff from this, even if that's a TV show or another movie.
Yeah,
I'm definitely excited to see that.
that would be nice.
Yep. Yeah, my score stands at 92. Good
And
watch.
mine's a 90.
Watch
Definitely
it.
recommend. Watch good movies in the theaters, y'all.
Yes, support good movies. See you guys later.
Yeah, like and subscribe.